Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today joins at Woolly Park Golf Club, where we're going to be doing a little bit of a what's in the bag before we meet James Robinson for a game. And the reason why we're doing this video is because I was with Ping yesterday and had a little bit of a fitting on a hybrid club. And what become quite apparent to me is that, you know, when you have a fitting from the manufacturer and you get the right head and the right shaft, it's not groundbreaking news this, but it makes a massive difference. And you know, I'm telling you this because I recently put in the bag, if you watch the channel you'll know, I put in a G425 2 hybrid, a 17-degree club. It was a bit of an experiment. You know, I put my own low spin shaft in it because what I was trying to do is make a little bit of a rocket of a 17-degree hybrid, something to use off the tee to be as long as a 3 would, because, you know, I do struggle with the driver sometimes. I wanted something that it didn't need to be versatile, it didn't need to be good off the fairway, but it needed to be long and it needed to be something that give me confidence off the tee. And I thought this were the club, I really did. You know, it's been performing really well, although when I've caught it slightly low out the face, I've lost, you know, a lot of its flight, you know, and lost a lot of distance. And, you know, when I went for the fitting with Ping, they fitted me into the new G430, and you know, I tried a couple of different shafts. You might have seen that video already, and it made a significant difference, more to the miss hits. You know, when I hit one and I hit one low out the face, I was creating enough backspin to keep the flight, you know, so I didn't lose so much distance. And it made me think, you know what, guys, you've skimped on your clubs over these last few years. It's very rarely I've bought any new clubs. I've never really gone and had a fitting, and you might think that's crazy because I'm a golf pro, but you know, like yourselves, life gets in the way. You know, I've had a house to pay for, I've needed a new car, and you know, the last thing I've, you know, had money to spend on is golf clubs. So a lot of stuff in my bag hasn't been fitted. In fact, the only thing that's been fitted is the putter, and that's the only club in the bag that I could say that probably ain't going to change, because I know that because I've had it fitted, it's me that's the problem if I'm putting bad, because I've had some great putting rounds with this. And it's the Seymour. You know, I'll not go into too much detail on this one because I have got a video up from when I had the Seymour fitting. I've talked very much about why I've gone for a Seymour, and it's all about simplifying the stroke, you know, and making it easy to repeat. You know, I don't need to go into too much detail, but I'll tag that video. So I'm using the Seymour putter. I don't know if you've heard of this brand, but it's almost nearly a centre shafted putter with what you call a rifle scope technology, so that when you sit the ball behind the ball, you can really make sure the club face is square. Sounds like John and the boys are doing a little bit of work. They're extending the car park. So what we're going to do, we're going to head to that first tee and play a couple of rolls. James has just gone out on the course, so we'll do this out on the course and we'll let these boys crack on with car park. So this season, and whether it is this season or it might even move into next season, it depends how good the funds are. There's not going to be any club that gets in this bag unless I've been fitted for it. And I'm going to order it as I've been fitted. I'm not going to start trying tweaking with exotic shafts like I normally do. I'm going to stick with the clubs that have been fitted for me. Now there's only one other club in this bag which, you know, I'm not in a rush to change. This one hasn't been fitted. However, the shaft that is in it, it's an extra stiff shaft, and it's actually factory fitted, so it's not one that's been put in aftermarket. And this Strixon, it's a ZU85, it's a little free iron. I'll put some close-ups of that one in. That's probably one of the clubs that I've not really had any issues with. It's been a little bit of a godsend, again, for off the tee and sort of longer shots into par 5s, you know, them little sort of tight par 4s where you just need to poke something out there. But the main thing in the bag that I'm going to be looking to change, I don't think are right for me anymore, it's the Ping eye blades. So the eye blade, you know, although you can see there's a slight little cavity on there, it's still more suited for a regular playing golfer. You know, but I bought these because I actually used to play the I-10 irons, which I used to love the I-10. And I just needed a little bit lower, stronger ball flight, and I got the lower, stronger ball flight with these, but I was playing much more golf at the time. And you know, now I'm playing quite a bit of golf, we're getting into the season, but as soon as we get to April and May and our summer hours go up in shop, you know, it might be sort of playing after work and not getting a chance to practice or warm up before I go out, and you know, playing once a week. You've seen it all before if you watch the channel, and sometimes you just need a bit more of a cavity. I mean, there's been times in golf season where I've said, that's it, I'm getting a G400 or I'm getting a G430 iron, I'm just going to get the ultimate cavity, because I always relate back to a story where when I used to work at Silton Golf Club, my boss used to have the G410s at the time, and if I'd forgot my clubs, I'd go and play 9 holes with his clubs, and it was dead easy. There weren't much feel, you know, there were high flights, but ball striking wise, you know, they were dead easy to use. But, you know, on a serious note, I'm not going to go to that extreme, but I might look towards, you know, something a little bit more mid-size this season. But they're only going to go in the bag, you know, if they're fitted. Right, let's tee off. We're going to be playing James this afternoon, so I'm going to get out and just play a few holes and just talk through what's in the bag and what's going to be coming out the bag, basically. So let's start off with a 5 iron. Let's get that fairway. True to my word, 5 iron, first swing of the day. I've not had a warm-up. We've just got here. James wanted to sneak a few holes in. He's doing a little bit of a ball review before we go and have some breakfast. So I thought, well, rather than waste time, let's have a look what's in the bag and talk about why it's coming out the bag. I mean, if it weren't for that ping fitting yesterday, I might not have been any wiser about my equipment. I might not have doubted it so much, but I think now, you know, I'm going to stop messing about with these aftermarket shafts, and I'm just going to play with what they fit me for. You know, I am probably one of them golfers, and some of you might be the same, where you're always looking for something, you know, a smart fancy shaft, you know, something that looks a bit tour or a special edition, rather than just playing with the stock fitted shafts. You know, at the end of the day, we're not tour playing pros, are we? You know, we're not going to master fitters for shafts. Unless you're prepared to do that, just stick with the stock fitted shafts, I would say anyway. I had a golf lesson yesterday, so let's see how this is going to work. Stronger face. I'll take that one. I need to bottle these up for our match later. So there is one other product in this bag that has been fitted for me, and that's the golf ball. I went to a Tartless ball fitting, and it was quite surprising actually, you know, the difference that a golf ball can make. The difference between a Pro V1X and a Pro V1 for me were significant. You know, I think they're about 15 yards in it, which you can't believe, can you, for just a golf ball? So, you know, that's probably a ball I'm going to be sticking with, although I'm going to be testing the PXG ball, the new PXG ball that's just come out, which, you know, they're claiming is better than a Pro V1. So I'm looking forward to trying that one next week when we play. I think we're going to be playing Coxmore on a winter warmer deal. 97 yards, perfect for another club in my bag that's not being fitted. I've got the SM8 Vokey wedges. I've got a Specialist 60, but again, it's a Tartless Vokey. And these, you know, come with wedge flex. They were off the shelf, out the shop when the SM8s came out. I thought, oh, I like them. So extended them 1/2 inch to match you with my set. But, you know, all these little sort of tweaks sort of do ruin the swing weight a little bit and do ruin the balance of the club. So again, after what happened yesterday at Ping when I tried that hybrid, I realised the sort of advantage of sticking with a factory built club, you know, that's not had sort of alterations. The difference were incredible. And I'll tag the video, you've got to watch that video. It was like instant improvement. It just made me question everything in the bag now. So we're just shy of 100 yards. So it's going to be my 54 degree. Downhill, downwind, not quite a full one. Bit of the club. It's just a little bit short. So that were a little bit deceiving actually. I have actually made the front of the green. It's that the aprons are that well cut. I thought I were on the apron. I've snuck the front of the green, so I'm putting. It's the first time I've played at Woolley this season, so I'm not quite sure how fast they are. Let's try and run it down there and give it a chance. Steady. Steady. Oh! I should have saved that. I should have saved that for James. So I can't believe I'm saying this, guys. I've got the TSI free driver head, which I think is a good head. You know, I think it's probably suitable for me. I've also got the KBS shaft, the toe shaft, that again, I think it's a good shaft. It's probably suitable to me specs wise. But combined together, I'm not sure if this club balances very well. You know, whether the swing weight's right. And, you know, I was thinking about it from that green to this tee. I fit drivers for a living, you know, and I sing and tell people how much, you know, or how important a fitting is. And I can't remember ever having a fitting on a driver and actually playing that driver. So, you know, I'm thinking about it. I've never actually had a fitted driver in my bag to play with. You know, every driver I've had has been a makeshift driver where I've sort of got a head and I've got a shaft, I've built it together. But it's never been a factory built club. And, you know, again, going back to that fitting I had yesterday, the difference between factory built clubs and, you know, making your own, it's incredible. Incredible. You'll have to just watch the video to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to hit this driver on this hole, even though it's not the right club. I mean, if I catch it right, we'll probably be up near green. James is on it. So, it really isn't the right club to hit here, but I'm going to hit it. We could get some earache off James, actually, if I catch this anything like. Because, I mean, it should definitely get over the ditch. For course management, though, it'd probably be an iron again. Or it could be. I could hit the Highbury, couldn't I? No, I'm gonna hit the driver because I've not got another hole to play that I'm going to use a driver. Oh, it's a lovely strike. It's just on line for them two yellow stakes. It might just be short at ditch, actually. I think there's still a bit of a cold air. I'm not hitting it probably as far as I'm thinking I'm going to hit it. So we've got 49 yards left and I'm going to be using my 60 degree. It's a Wedge Works, which I went on the Vokey website. I think it were a night where it was a bit cold outside. I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself and I thought I need to cheer myself up. And I've made a customised stamped wedge. I think it looks fantastic. It's saucy, but again, it weren't fitted. So it's not one I'm going to be rushing to change, but if the opportunity comes up and I find a wedge that, you know, I've fitted and I interact better with the ground, I might look to change it out. Right, commit to this one, guys. I need to feel like I were in Florida when I were doing the Pels test. Very still in the body. Get up, get up! Oh, all that green to it when even James is recording. Unbelievable. You've not tuned in to listen to me moaning, but I'm thinking to myself, what have I just done there? When I were doing 50 yards out in Florida, I were hitting 54, but because there's a big incline to green, I thought I need a 60. Crazy. This is going to be an hard up and down now. Let's see if we can roll this one in. Solid. Get in. We finished 100 and James is watching. He knows I'm coming for him. You know, I know you might be itching to buy new clubs this season, but sometimes it's just worth being patient and putting the right clubs in your bag. So now it's time to go and play James and hopefully get the first win of 2023. I'll see you in a few days' time, guys. Bye.